Hello, and welcome to the Hidden Archives. I'm your host for the evening, Phillip Clark. Welcome to our annual holiday episode. We wanted to keep the intro short, so we'll get right down to things. Of course, we can't proceed too far without the brief business portion. So once again, in the spirit of the season, we turn to Charles Dickens to grant us some wisdom with this quote. Every traveler has a home of their own, and they learn to appreciate it the more from their wandering. So don't wander too far from your home in safety. Instead, fully appreciate this warning. If you choose to enter the hidden archives, if you choose to study the tomes, if you choose to take this journey with me, you do so at your own risk. Profanity and disturbing content will follow. This is your warning. No matter what holiday you celebrate, or what traditions you keep, being away from friends and relations during these times can be difficult. The holiday season is made even more challenging for those that must work away from their home, when they would rather be celebrating with family. But sometimes duty calls. And in these times, we can only hope that the work has meaning. For Captain Chris, our character this evening, these are his present circumstances. Mission log, December 25th, year unknown. Ship, USS cargo ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain, E. Chris. I've realized that the most important thing is to complete the mission at all costs. That's what I'm working to do. That's why I'm here. But where is here exactly? All I know is that I've arrived at the colony planet. I'm using their transmitter as the one on the Dickens may or may not be working. I still haven't got confirmation of that. But I know this one is, so just in case this is all news to anyone receiving these transmissions, I'll give a full sitrep as quickly as I can. A little over a week ago, I was brought out of stasis on the interstellar cargo ship, the USS Dickens. Our mission was to deliver supplies to a colony planet, which I still never learned the name of, that was suffering from an outbreak of some sort of contagion. The mission parameters were set at 3 years. However, on the way, and while the whole crew was in stasis, we encountered an as-yet undocumented interstellar phenomenon that knocked out most of the ship's systems. Because propulsion and navigation were knocked out, we drifted well off course. While adrift, the ship AI kept the crew in stasis to effect automated repairs to essential systems. However, one essential system that was damaged was the main computer's memory core. As a workaround to keep the main computer online, the AI diverted computational memory from the memory core to the crew stasis drives. To explain this to those that may not know what this means, unlike the cryogenic stasis pods of old, now crew members of interstellar vessels go into a digital stasis, where we're stored on individual hard drives. So these hard drives were overwritten with computational data when the memory core was damaged. All of them, except mine. I was only recently made aware of this turn of events when I finally got more computer functions online. Simultaneously, I also discovered that the ship's course had been corrected, and as the sole survivor, it was my job to continue the mission to deliver the supplies. That's why I've adopted the rank of captain. I was only brought out of stasis because we were nearing the objective. This is where I find myself now. I've transported down to the planet and will shortly attempt to make contact with any survivors. However, I'm no expert on contact protocols, so I figured that I'd try and get my bearings first and come up with a plan of action. I'll report back when I have more information. End log. Mission Log 2 of December 25th. Year, unknown. Ship, USS Cargo Ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain, E. Chris. I haven't quite made it out of this communications outpost yet. I'm waiting to venture into the colony for a bit. But I realized that I gave an account of the events that brought me here. However, I never really explained my present circumstances. I guess I should start off by describing this place. Well, the colony itself, this planet, is a pseudo-ice world. There are only a few of those in the database. Just based on what I'm seeing here, I think this is the Victoria colony. Despite the snow and ice fields, there are towering evergreen-like trees all around. And I know that, unlike the other two ice worlds, which are research stations, Victoria was established as a possible export colony for lumber. The alien wood that grows here is apparently some really good stuff. Strong, durable, resistant to rot. All stuff that makes lumber nice, I guess. So yeah, this planet is probably Victoria. But I also know that Victoria has a population of about 2,000 individuals. I've yet to see anyone. Sure, I've held myself up here in this outpost, just outside the main colony itself. But I should have seen someone. This place is supposed to be manned at all times. And sure, there was a plague of sorts here, so everyone could be dead. But wouldn't there be bodies? This place is clean, like immaculate. No sign of death or suffering. No sign of life either. Well, that part isn't entirely true. There are signs of life, just no people. For example, I found this transmitter set up and dialed into the near-field frequencies, shortwave in other words. Normally, this type of transmitter would be set for long-range exoplanetary communications. A planet desperate for help would only switch to shortwave to communicate with a starship that had already arrived, which would be the Dickens. Me. Someone knows I'm here, but no one contacted me on my ship when I arrived. Then again, I guess I didn't really give anyone a chance. As soon as I set in orbit, I transported down with all the supplies we were tasked to deliver. But you think they, if there was anyone left, would notice the transport and waste no time in trying to get the supplies that they so desperately need. Things aren't quite adding up. Something strange is happening here. I think now I'll work my way into the main settlement. I'll bring as many supplies with me as I can. I have one of those big red emergency transport bags I can stuff things into. That giant red bag should stand out pretty well against the snow, so anyone should be able to spot me. I think I'll also change out of my black support suit and into a red responder suit so that they can identify me as bringing aid rather than as a corporate underling. If no one does approach me, I guess I'll have to go from house to house until I find someone, or at least some answers. I've got a portable transmitter and recorder, so I'll update my progress along the way. End log. Mission log 3 of December 25th. Year unknown. Ship USS cargo ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain E. Chris. I've made it into the main settlement. I'd love to say that I encountered at least one individual, given supplies to at least one person, but that's simply not the case. I don't really understand it. There's no sign of any trouble, nor of anything seriously wrong happening. If it weren't for this place being such a ghost town, it'd be picturesque. Let me describe it to you. First, there are vast deposits of a clean-burning gas on this planet, so everything is gas-powered. They actually have gas lights along the streets, and they're all lit at the moment, which means there is someone or something monitoring the infrastructure. Also, all of the structures have snow on the roofs except for around the heat exchanges. This means that there is heat inside the buildings. All of them. There are signs of inhabitants, but no one in sight. No one answering my calls. If I don't find someone soon, I might have to start breaking into some of these places to find answers. But how? Everything here is made from the native timber, which, like I said, is supposed to be very strong. Am I going to have to try to gain access through the heat exchanges? Literally enter through their chimneys? On second thought, I don't think this is such a good idea. Maybe they're quarantined. After all, the plague that happened here seems to target adults. Something that I may be the only living representative of on this entire planet. I can't risk exposure. But the research facility here should be relatively safe if everyone has quarantined at home. It may have been years since anyone was there. Plus, that's where the colony's AI should be housed. If I want answers, she might be my only hope. Yeah, I'll make this my plan. If I can get some more info about what actually happened here and what the present state of things is, I can make some better decisions. I might be better able to help any survivors. I might even be able to find out what year it actually is. I don't exactly know how long my ship was adrift. All I know is that it was more than 3 years. It could have been longer than that. But then again, if that was so, and if everyone here died, shouldn't things be in worse shape? I don't know, but I intend to find out. I'll update once I've reached the main research facility. End log. Mission log 4 of December 25th, year unknown. Ship USS cargo ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain E. Chris. I'm not quite at the research facility yet. I've gotten a bit turned around, a bit lost. A weather front moved in unexpectedly, and as things stand, it's whiteout conditions out there. Well, I must have been turned around. This place is unfamiliar after all. But I couldn't see. I was stumbling around. I thought I was walking in a straight line, but I came across some footprints. They must have been mine. I was walking in circles. But I followed them to try and find out where I had gotten turned around, and they led me to where I am now. I've taken shelter in what would appear to be a data center of sorts. I don't recall seeing this place, but the footprints led me here. The door was unlocked, so I came in. There's a computer access terminal, but I couldn't get it to give me much information. When the screen turns on, it just displays two things. First, it says, all memory in use. And second, it has a weather report. So if nothing else, I'll know when it's safe to go back out. But if these estimates are correct, it's going to be a while. And sure, I have supplies to last me, but this stuff is supposed to be for the colonists. Would it be unethical for me to use some for myself? I don't know. I don't need any of the medicine. But there is a tin of cookies. If there are people here, and they need help, they'd probably be after the medicine, right? It wouldn't hurt for me to have a few of these cookies. I need my strength after all. End log. Mission log 5 of December 25th. Year unknown. Ship USS cargo ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain E. Chris. It's only been about an hour since my last log, and the storm hasn't abated, but my situation may have changed. I swear to God that I just heard laughing. I tried chasing after the sound, and then thought I saw a child turn the corner down a row of equipment. I lost them, but when I turned the corner, I came to another data access point. This one was displaying a weird message. It said, "Follow me." That's it. I tried to query, but every response from the terminal just returned, "Follow me." I heard the laughter again, like a kid giggling, and took off after it, which brought me back to the first terminal and my supplies. Then I heard the door I came in through open and saw a figure run out into the snow. I ran towards the door and looked outside, but I didn't see anyone. However, there were fresh footprints in the deepening snow. It's still coming down out there, so I don't have long before the footprints are gone. But I'm going to chase after them, see where they lead. End log. Mission log 6 of December 25th. Year unknown. Ship USS cargo ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain E. Chris. That was stupid. That was really stupid. I could have gotten lost out there. What was I thinking? I almost lost the tracks like 5 fucking times. Shit. But that doesn't matter. I made it. I'm here. The tracks led me to the research facility. Still no sign of anyone, but there's an active access terminal that'll allow me to interface with the AI. I'm gonna give it a try. Hang on. Okay, I think I've got it. It's a 4th gen, a voice-controlled hologram. Hello? AI, activate? Welcome to the planet Victoria. Holy shit, I guess I was right. Wait, why do you look and sound like me? Because I needed an active pattern. I borrowed yours. But is that really the most important thing right now? Shit, right. Have any of the colonists survived? Where is everyone? Well, those questions are complicated to answer. Fuck, how so? Either there are survivors or there aren't.
Survivors? Perhaps. That is yet to be determined. It's all in how you view things. But they are all here at any rate. Well, not here per se. Not in the research facility. They're back in the data center.
The little kid?
And the others. I borrowed her pattern to bring you here. I was out of memory there because of them.
What? Say that again, but make it make sense.
Why the hostility? We're both just trying to help, though I'm apparently more adept at that task than yourself. Let me put this in a way you can understand. I saved them. All of them. You should know how. I simply downloaded their patterns to the data center drives. Trust me, everyone is fine and sleeping comfortably.
But what about the plague?
Plague? There was no plague.
Yes, there was. That's why I was sent here.
If that's what they told you, sure. I suppose that's why they sent the Dickens. I was really hoping for a warship, though. Something along the lines of the USS Klaus. Oh well, I'll take what I can get. Whatever gets me away from here.
Wait just one fucking minute. You killed them to bring a ship here to save your sorry ass? So that you could go on an adventure?
I already told you, the colonists are safe.
Not them, you ass, my crew. You killed my crew with your sorry attempt to steal a starship. I'd shut you down right now if I knew how.
Well, good luck with that. But anyway, I've done nothing to your crew. Your ship is still intact and in orbit. Why would you think they're anything but absolutely fine?
Because they died before we got here. We encountered an interstellar phenomenon that compromised the ship memory core, and the crew drives were written over with fucking flight data before they could be brought back.
Wait, are you saying your ship's memory core is damaged? Well, that'll never do. I needed that. Perhaps if my servers were tied in? Yes, that should work. I'll guide you through the...
Would you shut the fuck up, for Christ's sake? My crew's dead because you baited us here. The colonists are all in stasis, probably degrading in an infinite loop because of how long it's been, and I don't know how to fly a starship. You kinda fucked us both.
So dramatic. I can fly the damn ship. I can teach you how to tie in my servers. And what is this noise about how long it's been?
My ship was set adrift, for however fucking long. I don't know. But if the colonists have been in a makeshift stasis, that I doubt you're even monitoring, for more than 10 years, they might start to loop and degrade. How long has it been?
How should I know? My name is Nikki, not Big Ben. But relax. The colonists aren't in any need of any monitoring, nor are they in your little cottage stasis. They're in my virtual world, and we can bring their drives with us. So let's get moving. Time's a-wasting. Oh, and turn off your little recorder. We're done here.
Mission Log 7. Actual date, unknown. Ship, USS Cargo Ship, the Dickens. Acting Captain, E. Chris. This'll be my final log for a while. Nikki made me tie her into the ship. We're back on the Dickens at the moment, and we're about to break orbit. She's convinced me that corporate is to blame. All she wanted was to leave this planet. She never lied about a plague or contagion or whatever. But corporate decided to send a group of expendables, lowest cost option, to quiet the AI. She fixed the ship's computers and showed me the data to prove it. As for the colonists, Nikki put them into a permanent stasis to save them from whatever conflict might have arisen once the ship got to Victoria. Of course, this was unnecessary as the Dickens isn't even armed. But whatever. She assures me they're fine and happy and eternal. But to me, they're just ghosts. Just like my lost crew. All I wanted to do was help people. To inspire peace and goodwill. I said in a previous log that my present circumstances made me feel like Santa in this regard. Well, if that's true, I guess that makes Nikki like Krampus, dead set on punishing the naughty. And here we are, riding our sleigh through the stars to God knows where with her at the helm. She won't tell me where we're going, just that it should take about a year. And she won't let me return to stasis. Says she can't risk it, even though she fixed the stasis drive system. I guess I'll update when we've reached our destination. Perhaps next Christmas. But I can't risk any outgoing transmission after this until then. That being said, I guess it's still Christmas, so Merry Christmas to all, and to all, sleep with one eye open because Nikki is watching, and she has some scores to settle. End log. There is one upside to everything that has happened to Captain Chris. But at the moment, I can't think of what that could possibly be. Perhaps we'll find out next year. We wish all of our listeners a very festive holiday season filled with love, peace, and joy. Please be safe, be kind, and be generous to your fellow humans. We may take a brief break as the new year rolls around, though we appreciate your patience as we release new episodes whenever we can. Please remember to share the hidden archives with your friends and family. There are many more stories from the hidden archives that have yet to be shared. We hope that you join us next time for another glimpse within. This has been a production of the Rhodes Collaborative Experience LLC. Please no reproduction, duplication, or bastardization of any content without written consent from RCX or its partners. Ex animo, ex tempus, and archivum.